natin yung starting lineup ni Coach Ramil De Jesus.
Yeah, instead of Liz Kullerkan, we can call the starting lineup here of Meralco DLSU. Most players, if not all, are from the DLSU, whether current or alumni. So, tingnan naman natin ang Philips Lady Slammers. Ito ang magandang lineup nito talented from every position. Like we were talking about earlier, Anthony, we need to mention a few names now during the game na kailangan maging productive na. Like Cha Cruz, she needs to get going offensively. And Michelle Gumaba on the other side. She plays that opposite position on the right side, who blocks the outside hitter of the opposing team. No? So importante yung block niya because I dubbed her the Great Wall of Gumaba. Now I'd like to start using that again dahil kailangan talaga. She's important to her team's success.
Chance now here from Meralco to get the first point. They go to Kullerkan. Easily dug there by Gumabao. They go to Alexis, and she delivers.
And that's nice to see now from Philips Gold because where Alexis Olgard goes, usually the success of Philips also goes. Now, if she starts dominating offensively, kasi 20-something kills to, 29 kills if I'm not mistaken, no? We'll check on that graphic, pero grabe, dominant siya. Well, at 6'5", no?
Well, Gumabao comes up with her first point there, taking advantage of the opportunity at the net. Not exactly at the Great Wall, but still, nakakuha ng puntos.
Oh, she stood her ground, no? Well, it's kind of a comfort, no? If you're the wing blocker here and you have a 6'5" pivot blocker.
Nice effort there by Todorovic to keep it in play. That's going to go outside, 3-0 para sa koponan ng Philips Gold. This is the start that they were looking for.
Absolutely, no? Tsaka what's nice on the Philips Gold side is they're defending. Napapataas nila yung bola. You give Lindsay Dowd enough time, she will find the open spiker there or the hitter na percentage.
Not a good pass once again. Kullerkan tries to send that through. Isang pagkakataon na naman para sa Meralco to finally get on the board. Block once again. Kullerkan sends that wide. Wala pa rin punto sa Meralco dito.
Yeah, the defense of Philips Gold a little on the dominant side right now. As you see, Coach Ramil not happy. No, the transition is being out-transitionized by the defense of Philips.
Pakinggan natin si Coach Ramil.
Bago ka mag-set, tingnan mo sa bubanda yung kung sino yung pinakamahinang blocker sa kabila. Okay? So, tingnan mo ang advantage natin. Huwag mong naisip mo lang yung tao, yun ang agad. Piti mo!
Sige, sige!
Well, a while ago on your screen, she saw there to si Mika Reyes, who's usually in the starting five para sa koponan ng Meralco. Now, they're gonna have her coming off the bench.
Yeah, well, that's also maybe a comfort now for Coach Ramil, no? You have Baron. No, she's in the starting position na lang siya, na libero lang siya. Napagtan na libero. That timeout by Coach Ramil is just totally dedicated to Kim Fajardo saying, look, find your holes. Run your plays according to where you think the weakest blocker is. And Kim Fajardo sets up back set dito kay Sid Demicilio, found a gap in the block.
And that's what you'd like to see from a coaching standpoint. Tatawag ka ng timeout, magdidesign ka ng play, at sumusunod yung mga players.
Well-executed play dyan, no, for Kim Fajardo.
Pagkakataon na naman ng Meralco. Cha Cruz, dug. Finding a hole that time is Gumabao. She's got 2 points already.
Good start here for Michelle. No, we really want to call her name a lot more. Dahil nga, she's really known even during her DLSU days. She would seal that down-the-line shot that any team would try, no, and turn them back in. So let's see if she can maintain.
5-1 po ang ating talaan. Myla Pablo serving para sa Philips Gold.
Okay, a lot of tweaking being done here by Kim Fajardo on her set play call, but that all goes for naught if you can't receive.
Chance here para sa Meralco. Para makapuntos, Makandili, good setup. And Baron delivers.
That's called familiarity with your players. Now I'm talking about Coach Ramil. kita niya na medyo parang diesel itong umpisa ng ano niya, ayaw niya lumayo ang kalaban. Call the timeout, settle this setter down, and now she's finding holes in the defense here of Philips Gold.
Well, as you mentioned, na yan na si Mika Reyes. But again, Olgard delivers another big point. 6-2 ang ating talaan.
You know, this young lady is 6'5", but look at the height. You know, if that ball is set in her wheelhouse, wala halos nakakaabot eh. It will be putting a lot of pressure here on the back row defense of Meralco.
Olgard now with the serve. Hits the dig. And that's a gift that Meralco will gladly take at this point.
Oo, momentum killer yan. Pero okay lang, aggressive mag-serve tong si Alexis Olgard. So, wag lang maulit.
Yun ang importante. And at this stage, actually, they can afford it because they still have a 3-point edge. Kulakan, good serve. Nice pass. And scoring is Dadang.
I had a chat before with Coach Francis Vicente, no? And he is of the same philosophy as like most coaches. Now he wants his middle established. Kasi, yeah, you have a really good blocker in spiker in Boto Dorvich on the outside. Pero kung lagi siyang double block, di ba, percentages really won't favor her so much. Saka hindi na siya masyado effective. So you run the quick.
That's sent wide there from Cruz.
To get isolation on your outside hitter.
That's going to bring us to our technical timeout here. Not quite sure the officials are aware of it there. We finally get the call. It's 8-3. Laman po ang Philips Gold dito sa Malolos, Bulacan. At nagbabalik po tayo dito sa Malolos, Bulacan. Take a look at this graphic. The blackout continues para sa koponan ng Meralco. That's a graphic you don't want to see.
No, parang lacking in power and performance itong Meralco. No, not finding who they are yet. You know, this kind of late in the season na.
There you can see they were totally dominated by Petron. Let's check in now with Mitch Del Carmen.
Anthony and Tex dahil nga sa masamang hulog ni Tina Alessi na naging knee contusion sa kanyang kanang tuhod, hindi siya makakapaglaro para sa araw na ito. Ayon kay Petty Grace, 3 araw niya rin kailangan magpahinga bago siya makalaro muli. Now, as we start the first match here in Bulacan, Coach Ramil reminds his girls to concentrate on their defense, specifically in their adjustments sa kanilang two-man blocking, and he also tells them that there's nothing to lose now, just have fun. Lastly, medyo dumugo nga yung ngipin ni Chuck Cruz kanina dahil sa kanyang misreceive, but she shakes it off by wittingly saying na naisahan ako doon while laughing in the huddle. Back to you guys.
Well, she's not smiling right now, that's for sure.
Baka may dugo pa mag-smile yan. Pero yan, Jack Cruz, no? The captain of Meralco just taking it on the chin. Literally, no? That's the cost of defense, but you can't cheat.
Well, a lot of times when one of your players goes out, in this case, itong si Tina Alessi, maybe they might be able to use that as a rallying point.
Yeah, I mean, as with any sport, no, with any injury, you go to war with what you have, with what you want. So, kailangan laban lang, no? You have substitutes there. Sayang, no? You lose a weapon, yes, but you know what? We have to play on, nasa professional league na tayo,
And nobody's going to be crying for you.
No.
Jack Cruz now serving. Apat ang kanilang hinahabol dito sa ating unang set. And that's going to go long. Jack Cruz has had trouble with her serves here so far this conference. She's been on and off when, you know, normally she's one of the most consistent servers we have.
Yeah, her moniker is Miss Everything because she was defending, blocking, and attacking. Now kind of lost in the sauce siya a little bit dito sa Meralco. Let's hope she can get her game going because they really need her on that outside position.
Tama, sabi ko talagang kailangan siya in more ways than one. Todorovic from the back row. Blocked there by Mika Reyes.
Okay, both Todorovic guilty of the cardinal sin, no? Don't hit straight kasi tatapatan ka You gotta increase the angle of your attack and go wrist away or down the line.
And here's Mika Reyes serving. Quick pass there. They go to Pablo. First time they go to Pablo, puntos kagad.
And that's the importance of running Desiree Dadang in that middle attack. Diba, nakapunto siya in the big quick earlier, or she ran it, kumagat si Baron. Isolation for your outside hitter, money on the outside hitter, every time that happens dahil ang laki ng porsyento sa single block.
And there is Dadang serving ngayon para sa koponan ng Philips Gold. And she's gonna come up with an ace. Quickly papasok ito si Mercado ngayon para kay Cha Cruz.
Let's see if Pareng Mercado can turn things around, no? Mount some offense.
Isa na naman sa mga veterano, tinatawag into action ni Coach Ramil. In the middle, Olgard just puts it through. Nice block. And that's Dowd and Olgard there conspiring for that block.
Alexis, the wall guard, Olgard there, talagang putting up a wall. Nowhere to go for Sid Demicilio. Dukot na siya. Galing, ganda na hand placement. How? Turn her back in para hindi mag-check ball.
Another serve there by Fajardo. They go to a quick play. And delivering there is Baron.
Yan ang tit for tat, no? Okay, now Kim Fajardo naman establishing her middle. Now that she has Liz Kullergan on the opposite side, Demicilio on the outside. Let's see how they spread the defense here and make Alexis Olgard really travel to block.
They go outside. Pablo again still gets it through, but there's a good dig by Fajardo. Isang pagkakataon naman, back set. That goes outside, they say.
Yeah, konting wrist snap kulang dito kay Alexis Olgard. Alexis Olgard taking a stare at that end line while actually the linesman, no? She wanted that point. Sinigawan niya si Lindsay Dowd. Gusto niya bawiin yung point.
There, another momentum breaker. Puntos kaagad para sa Philips Gold dito off that missed serve.
Ang hirap pag naghahabol, magtapon ng service. Yung pinakamasakit na pwede mangyari sa team dahil walang ka-chance-chance ang puntos.
Demicilio tries to find the hole. Chance once again. Pablo, block.
Kay Myla Pablo hitting down, no? She was kind of off the net. She has to hit long. Kasi off the net na, so the ball has to travel. You see, Coach Francis telling him, uy, pumalo ka na mahaba. Huwag mo ididiktik. Diyan ang kamay ng blocker.
Ace here para sa koponan ng Meralco off that lucky break. They're now within 4.
Yeah, Coach Francis sitting on that chair now that has the timeout button. Just gonna maybe give 1 more, 2 more points. Tingnan niya kung ano. Medyo nag-switch ang momentum.
Back set, Pablo from the other side. Gets on the board again.
It's nice to see that Myla Pablo, if she gets established, boy, what a headache for the defense of Meralco. You know, isolated. Goes right in the seam of the block. Hindi nakahabol yung middle blocker in Baron.
Pablo now with the serve. Chance para sa Philips Gold para makapuntos, and that's sent down easily by Olgard.
And that's the danger now. Lindsay Dowd and Alexis Olgard now in a rhythm, no? Bilis. Nice down the line swing. Pag ganyan ang transition attack ng Philips Gold, ang haba ng afternoon nitong Meralco. And to compound things, 7-point bulge.
Lamang na po. Lamang pa rin actually ang koponan ng Philips Gold dito. They're up by 7, 16-9. At nagbabalik na tayo dito sa Malolos, Bulacan. Tignan po natin ang ating graphic. This says ground zero.
Yeah, the last game, no? Photon and Philips Gold. Photon getting the better of Philips Gold. Philips Gold actually pulling one set na tinambakan nila yung Photon. Pero, the consistency went Photon's way. The floor defense and transition offense of Philips Gold was not there. Kaya na-dominate sila ng Photon. Of course, Photon has that one weapon in Lindsay Stalzer, no?
That's going to go outside. Another point scored here para sa koponan ng Philips Gold. They're on a roll here. After 4 straight wins, tinalo nga sila ng photo ng isang araw, brought them back down to earth. And right now, looking to get another victory.
We'll give credit where credit is due. No? Talagang Photon played as a team during that contest.
On the outside. That's gonna stay inside off the attack from Paning Mercado.
Yan, Michelle Gumabaw establishing herself there. Siyempre, medyo familiar siya dyan sa kanyang kalaban dun, si Paning Mercado.
Phillips goal here, doubling up on Meralco. 18-9 ang ating talaan. Another good serve there from Pablo. And a violation is going to be called. Quick point para sa Phillips ulit.
Yan ang volleyball IQ, no? You see Alexis Olgard with the call, no? The ball went into the neutral zone. Kim Fajardo, back row player. That's her forbidden land there. Kaya violation.
That stays inside, no question about that. Big mistake by Macandili.
Ang hirap kasi ng ganyan, libero eh. I mean, I'm going into coach mode. I can't, ang hirap patawarin yan eh.
Pablo has been serving since yesterday. Colorcan delivers, finally,
yes,
stopping the bleeding para sa Meralco.
Finally, we get to call her name, no? That's Gularcan's first kill, which is kind of uncanny for a player of her caliber.
Not to mention the fact that they try to keep going to her because siya nga yung focal point.
Oo, pero ngayon lang siya nakapatay. See if that gets her going.
Well, how can Meralco get going when every time they score a point, the next time they come up to serve, they come up with a mistake?
Yan. The Meralco offense, no, going cha-cha-doble, no, 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And that's something that you don't want to happen, especially when you find yourself reeling here in the competition dahil wala ka pang panalo.
Ang ano dyan, di ba, okay, let's say this sets a foregone conclusion. What you need to do is rediscipline yourself, talagang depensa muna, transition to offense, and try to have something positive going into the second set because although it's not impossible that they can pull this set out, it's improbable.
It's highly improbable. Let me add that highly right there. Especially with the way itong Phillips Gold are playing right now. But as we say that, another point goes to Meralco.
Attack is on point for the Power Spiders. Still serving number 13 is Colorado.
Colorcan serving. What did I just say? I hate to sound like a broken record, but every time they seem to get some sort of momentum on their side, they quickly give it back.
Yeah, parang, mo si Coach Ramil na nakaupo na lang dahil that has nothing to do with anything he discussed, X's and O's, strategy, and all that, no? That has nothing to do with him. That's all on the player. That's mental. Di ba? Bumibitaw yung mental discipline ng player mo. So, ang gagawin niya, he has to use substitutions to try to break that funk.
Trying to look for the proper combinations that might seem to work para sa kanyang kupunan. KKD is now joining the fray. Dowd goes outside. Todorovic, easy point for her.
Yeah, Meralco just looks in total defensive disarray. As you see, mo si Boto Dorbic, hinook shot lang siya down the line. Kim D giving too much line.
2 points away, Phillips Gold from bagging set number 1. Another poor pass. And Todorovic scores. Isa na lang ang kailangan nila. It's set point para sa Phillips Gold. Mika Reyes there, the captain on the floor right now, talking to her team, trying to push them.
Meralco can, it's set point, but sana they can at least pull 2 or 3 points before the inevitable, no? Para may positive lang going into the next set.
Paning Mercado, Doug. On the back row, Pablo delivers. All they needed was 1 set point. Tapos ang set number 1.
Yan, may killer instinct itong Phillips, no? Hindi na pinagbigyan ng Meralco at all.
25-12 is our first set score. Phillips Gold looking good dito sa Malolos, Bulacan.